Hello, my name is Miss Wimberly, and today's lesson is about rhyming. Before we get started, can you tell me your first name? Awesome. Now, can you tell me your last name? Good job. Members of the same family typically have the same what name? Is it the first name or the last name? Think about your parents' name or your brother and sister's name. Do y'all have the same first name or do you guys have the same last name? Good job. If you said last name, that is correct. Now let's imagine that words have names. Words with the same ending sound or the same last name, they're going to rhyme. Let's take a look at the at family. Can you name the first picture that you see here? That's right. It's a bat. Now let's break this word down into a first name and a last name. What is the first sound you hear when you say bat? If you said b, that is correct. So that would be the bat's first name. The first name would be b, and the last name would be at. If we put those two sounds together, b, at, we have bat. Now let's try the next picture. Can you tell me what the next picture is? Absolutely. It's a hat. So now let's break this word down into a first name and a last name. What is the first sound we hear when we say hat? That's right, we hear h. Since h is the first name, what could the last name be? Good job, it is at. So the first name for hat would be h, and the last name is at. Let's try the next one. What is the next picture here? Absolutely, it is a rat. What is the first name of rat? Good job, it's r. And the last name is at. So if we put those sounds together, we have r, at, rat. Now let's look at this last picture. Can you tell me what it is? Right, it's a cat. Can you tell me the first name of cat? Good job. It is k, because that is the first sound we hear. Now, what is its last name? At. Good job. It is at. So if we put those sounds together, we have cat. Now let's reintroduce the at family. We have bat, hat, rat, and cat. They all have the same last name, so that means that they rhyme. Good job. Now let's look at another family. We have the UG family. Can you name the first picture? Good job. It is a rug. Tell me the first sound you hear when you say rug. Good job. It is r. Its last name is ugh. So when we put those sounds together, r, ugh, we have rug. Let's look at this next picture. No, it's not a cup. Remember, it has to have the same last name as ugh. Right, it is a mug. What is the first sound you hear when we say mug? Great job. It is mmm. And its last name is ugh. So when we put those sounds together, ugh, we have mug. Good job. This next picture, what are these two girls doing? Right, they're hugging. So the word that we're going to use is hug because remember, it has to be a part of the UG family. It has to have that same last name. So what's the very first sound you hear when you say hug? Good job. It is and the last name is ugh. Right, good job. It is ugh. So when we put those two sounds together, ugh, we have hug. Let's do this last one. What is this very last picture here? A bug. Good job. It's a bug. So what's the first sound we hear when we say bug? Right. It is the b sound. And we know its last name is ugh. So when we put those two sounds together, b, ugh, we get bug. Now let's reintroduce the ugh family. Starting with our first picture, we have rug, mug, hug, and bug. Let's meet one more family. The ed family. What color do you see here? That's right, red. Let's break down red into a first name and a last name. What is the first sound we hear when we say red? Right, it is the r sound. And we know its last name is ed. So when we put the first name and the last name together, we get red. Good job. Let's take a look at the second picture or the middle picture. What is that? You guessed it, it is a bed. What is its first name? What is the very first sound when we say bed? Good job. It is the b sound. And we know its last name. The last name is ed. So when we put those two sounds together, we get b, ed, bed. Now let's try one more. What is this arrow pointing to? No, it can't be her hair. Remember, the word has to be a part of the ed family. What part of her body do you think the arrow is pointing to? Right, it's her head. So, what is the first sound we hear when we say head? Absolutely, it is the h sound. And we know the last name, it's Ed. So when we put those two sounds together, we get Ed, head. Great job. You are a master rhymer. Now let's play a little game. I'm going to show you a picture, and you're going to use your thumb to tell me if the two pictures belong in the same family. If they have the same last name or the same ending sound, you give a thumbs up. If they do not belong in the same family, then you're going to give a thumbs down. Here, let's try one together. Hug, bug. Let's think. Do they belong in the same family? Let's break down the word hug. What's the first sound we hear? And what's left? Ugh, ugh. Now let's try the second picture. Bug. What's the first sound we hear when we say bug? Good job, it's b. And what part of the word is left? Ugh. Good job, b, ugh, ugh. Do they have the same ending sound? Do they belong in the same family? If your thumb was up, you were correct. Good job. Now, let's do the rest on your own. Rat, mat. Do they belong in the same family? If your thumb is up, you are correct. Good job. Head, cat. Head, cat. Let's think. Do they belong in the same family? Do they have the same last name? No, they do not. Head belongs with the Ed family. Ed. And cat belongs with the at family. At. They have two different last names, so they don't belong in the same family. Let's do another one. snail, whale. Do you think they belong in the same family? If your thumb is up, you are correct. Good job. Cat, bat. Let's think. Do they belong in the same family? If your thumb is up, you are correct. Let's do one more. Hat, red. Do they have the same ending sound? Do they belong in the same family? Hat, red. No, they do not. So if your thumb was down, you are correct. Great job. Let's do an exit ticket. Can you give me a word that rhymes with cat? Great job. There are loads of words that could rhyme with cat. There's bat. There's fat. There's mat. Let me think. Oh, there's lat. You can even do funny words. Zat, yat, xat, mat, dat, lat. If you said any of those words, you were correct. Okay, good job today. I am super proud of you, and I'll be looking forward to meeting you again in our next video.